ready for a super week of picks, baby. Every single gosh darn game. We don't get away from the Thursday game this week. As a matter of fact, there are 3 Thursday games, plus a Black Friday game to sift through. Monday night, my Giants, and of course, all of the other action on Sunday as usual. It is our NFL pick segment, and yes, it is not a Friday. It is a Wednesday. But that is because Thanksgiving is on Thursday, and we need the day off on Friday to go do our shopping, buy some nice big screen televisions or whatever the heck we want to soup up our man caves with, so we can all get into that. But let's dig right in, get right into the picks. We've got a lot of games to pick, so we want to get through them in a flurry. We bring in the third part of our little show here. He is our NFL insider, Mr. Matt Lombardo. What's up, Matt? How are you?
What's up, boys? Happy Thanksgiving. Glad to be here. Hopefully we can take care of business and, get a springboard into the closing stretch here with a strong week.
All right, speaking of taking care of business, Boy Green, let's get last week's standings and then the overall. I think there are some good news for some. I don't know if it's for everybody. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's for sure. Let's throw it up, Boy Green, in back-to-back weeks, baby. Yes.
Nice, BG. Look at this guy turning his season around. Oh,
boy. I need it, as you'll see with the overall standings. You would say, oh, man, Paul must have surged in the first place. Nope, I haven't. But here we go. Boy Green 10-3 last week. Manchild 8-5. Very nice. Internet 7-6. PFF 6-7. Joe Bartle, Matt Lombardo both 5-8. Fans 4-9. They've really fallen off a cliff. That was the standings, of course, from week 12. So we add that up to our overall standings. Internet remains on top of our pile. 84-82, 2 games above 500. Manchild, you're right behind him. 3 games back of Intern Ed. I'm right behind you. I'm now tied for third place with a back-to-back nice week. So blessed be he. Great to be in the top 3 as opposed to the bottom 3. There were Joe Bartle. And speaking of bottom 3, sorry, Matt Lombardo, you're down there at 76-90. PFF 72-94, and fans have just totally tanked to 69-97. I don't know if a number 1 draft pick is in their future, but whatever reason they're tanking, there it is. But everyone's still in the mix. That even back all the way from fans to internet is only a separation of 15 games. So anything is possible, boys.
All right. As they say, anything's possible. My goal always to get to 500 first, then surge ahead. I'm closing in on just a couple of games within. All right, let's get to it, gentlemen. 3 gobble, gobble, gobble turkey day games. All right, so in between bites, see if you can squeeze these in. We start, as always, with the traditional Detroit Lions. Oh, what's going on with the Lions? Nearly lost to my Giants last week, for crying out loud. An easy cover for the G-Men, and Boy Green was the only one on it, by the way. He lone wolfed it. But now Detroit back at home for Thanksgiving, taking on the Packers, and they are 2.5-point favorites coming off the loss. BG, why don't you kick it off?
100%. Let's go to the experts first. We've got Dalt Wasserman, Packers, Joe Bartle, Lions, Intern Ed, Lions. The Packers beat the Lions earlier this season in dramatic fashion. That was the big, resounding game. I don't think the Packers sweep the Lions. I'm taking Detroit.
Matt, what do you think?
Revenge situation for the Lions. This is the game of the weekend. I'm looking forward to it. I am more convinced that the Lions offense bounces back than I am believing in the Packers defense. Give me the Lions here.
I'm going to go Detroit as well. That means someone got a lone wolf, Boy Green. Who was it? I heard somebody say Packers.
PFF. That would be
PFF. All right. But PFF right out of the box. All right. Wasserman gets himself an early lone wolf. All right, next big game in Big D. That's the other traditional Thanksgiving host, and that is the Dallas Cowboys coming off a very nice win over the Eagles. Comeback style, 21-0. They end up winning 24-21. And now Dallas 3-point underdogs at home against the remainingly, continually, every game matters the most Kansas City Chiefs, who found a way to crack Daniel Jones in that second half and the Indianapolis Colts. Can they do it again, this time in Big D? Matt, what say you?
I said it on the podcast. By beating the Colts, the Chiefs now have 6 more playoff games. I love their chances. I think they go at least 5-1 down the stretch. I think they win on Thursday, but I don't think they cover. I saw what George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb did to that Eagles defense. I saw Dak Prescott playing great. I saw Quinnen Williams, the reverse Quitzilla, dominating up front. Give me the Cowboys with the points here.
Quitzilla. Boy Green, I'm going to go with the Kansas City Chiefs in this one. Desperation breeds contempt or something like that. I don't know what the saying is, but whatever it is, I like it. I'm sticking with the Chiefs. You and I were talking about this one off air before we started the show. It was 3.5. I think I'd go Dallas. Literally a half point would swing me the other way. That's how close I am on this game. And I know Dallas has a very good record at home on Thanksgiving. but I still am going to squeeze on the Chiefs one more time, see if I can get one more victory out of them. I lost it by a half point last week. I'm hoping to gain it this week. BG, what do you think?
Yeah, again, we talked about it before. You said everything I said. So the half point really would make me feel more comfortable, but I'm not going to get cute. I was going to pick Dallas. I'm not going to wait for the half point. It's not coming. So I will take America's team. Give me Dallas. Dalton Wasserman, Dallas. Joe Bartle, Dallas. Intern Ed, Kansas City.
Oh, Eddie, spoiling my lone wolf. I could have had KC on an LW. Oh, no. Didn't get it. All right, one more game to discuss on Turkey Day before we move to Black Friday, and that is the Ravens and the Bengals. You see it right there on the screen? 7-point underdogs are the Cincinnati Bengals. This one is in Baltimore. 7 points, but Joe Burrow returns Jamar Chase after an apology back from the spitting incident. So in their full flower, at least offensively, the defense hasn't been much to speak of, thus the 7 points. And, of course, the Ravens on a quest to pass the Steelers, who got a tough one with the Bills. We'll get to that in a little bit. And just trying to find their way back from all those injuries early in the season. So this one, tricky indeed. I'll take it first, and I'll say I just love the resurgence of Joe Burrow on that field, Jamar Chase back from the spitting thing, 7 points I get as well. There's nothing that tells me that Baltimore's blowing anybody out anytime soon. Lamar doesn't look like himself. That defense still has some holes, even though they're getting some of it back. I'm taking the Bengals plus the 7. It was an easy pick for me. Matt Lombardo, what do you think?
Weird game last week, wasn't it? With the Ravens kind of playing with their food against the Jets, Boy Green's Jets playing with their food most of the game. They decide they want to win. I have no idea why Joe Burrow's coming back. It doesn't make any sense for their long-term future. They're not making the postseason this year. It makes no sense, but he's back, and he's good enough to cover the 7. Give me Cincinnati to cover.
Yeah, boys. My beard is going to be a lot less later this evening with my beard bet, and unfortunately, the proper 100 memberships came through, so that will be streaming live on my YouTube later. If people are going to enjoy that, those sick bastards. So that will be live. So I saw the Ravens up close and personal, and sure, they didn't help me with my bet, but that ain't your Papa's Ravens. This Ravens team is good enough to win games, but not cover 7-point spreads. I'll take the Cincinnati Bengals all day. Feels like my lock of the week. Intern Ed, Bengals. Joe Bartle, Bengals. Dalton Wasserman, Ravens.
2 in a row to 2 out of 3 for Wasserman. Nice one. Wow. Lone Wolf PFF. Okay. Let's move to Black Friday, gentlemen. I know we all have shopping to do. I know we all got things to do. Maybe we're cybering out and just doing it all online. Maybe. But regardless, whether you're out there running those lines or whether or not, or dodging those lines or whether or not you're online, either one works, but there will be a football game. It'll be the Eagles trying to get back off of that loss to the Cowboys against the surging Chicago Bears. Ben Johnson's squad looking better and better every week and atop their division. Both teams with the exact same record, by the way, in case you didn't know that. And the Eagles are at home, and they will be 7-point favorites. Let's start with the experts on this one.
Yeah, let's go through them. We'll start with intern Ed here on the program. He goes with Eagles. Joe Bartle, Eagles. Dalton Wasserman, Bears. To me, this spread makes no sense. The Bears are 8-3. It's incredibly disrespectful to be a touchdown dog on the road. Maybe Vegas is playing with food here, to use a Matt Lombardo phraseology. But I'm going with Chicago. That's an easy one.
Matt, who do you like?
Speaking of Black Friday deals, 35% off forever and 3 months free to Between the Hash Marks if you become an annual paid subscriber. No more billing until after the Super Bowl in 2027. Some of the insight you get there, I spoke to a scout after the game last week. He said the Bears should love where Caleb Williams is at. Ben Johnson has his footwork in the right place. A little worried about the accuracy concerns long term, but I'm not worried about long term. I'm worried about beating up a banged up, a disgruntled Eagles team that can't get out of its own way offensively. Give me the Bears.
Man, this is a fencer for me. I'm right on the post. I'm sitting on it right now. I don't know which way I'm going to tip. Here's what I like about the Eagles. No matter what their offense does, their defense always seems to make up for it. I mean, they shut teams down.
On Sunday.
And the Bears are susceptible, man. I could see Caleb throwing 3 picks in this game. I could see a strip sack that goes for a touchdown. Saquon Barkley's a little iffy in this game. Some kind of groin issue. I'm not sure if he's playing. That makes a difference. I'm like, waffle. You know what? I think when you waffle like this, you just go with the team you like better, right? Go with the team you like better.
Okay.
I like the Bears better. I'm going to jump on with you guys. I'm going with the Bears. All right. Bears it is for the man-child. Very uncertain one there. All right, let's continue. We go to the Sunday games now. Indianapolis at home for Houston. Of course, the Colts. Daniel Jones trying to bounce back. Houston coming off a nice win on Thursday Night Football against the Buffalo Bills. That Houston defense, gentlemen. It is starting to look better and better and better. And now perhaps the return of C.J. Stroud. I don't know if it's official yet, but he might be back for this one. I'm going to take Houston. I like the momentum. I like the 4.5 points. Give me the Texans. Matt, what do you think?
I was dialed into that Chiefs-Colts game on Sunday, and if I were a Colts fan, I would be terrified of that second half. 4 3-and-outs, Jonathan Taylor, 1 carry, -2 yards, and now you go to Houston, the best defense in the world, that completely swallowed up Josh Allen. Give me the Texans with the 4.5. I don't need the points because they're winning this game outright. Here's the big picture, guys. The Texans are going to come back and win that division.
DG?
Yeah, I'll just say this. Here's some history, folks. The Texans have outright beaten the Colts 4 of the last 5 matchups, and now I'm getting 4.5. Give me that history. I will take Houston. Let's go to the experts. Intern Ed, Colts, Joe Bartle, Colts, Dalton Wasserman, Texans.
All right, we're all over the yard on that one. Next, we go to Tampa Bay, where the Buccaneers take on the Arizona Cardinals. Matt has called them a non-entity, a non-team, but this team has not won, but been respectable under Jacoby Brissett. I'm now calling them the Arizona Jacoby Brissetts because that's what they really are. That man has rejuvenated this franchise, and he may even get some help in the backfield back. Trey Benson is a possibility, I suppose. All kinds of injury updates there. You know what? Mayfield may not play. I understand it didn't turn out to be anything on the MRI,
right,
but he's still going to be playing with a hurt shoulder even if he plays. And something's wrong with the Bucs right now. They just don't look like the same team. And the Jacoby Brissetts are due for a win. They've been competing. I like the Jacoby Brissetts. I'm going with Arizona plus the 3. Boy Green, what do the experts say?
Yeah, first off, for me, I prefer the Arizona Michael Wilsons.
The Michael Wilsons.
Your name.
Yes,
that's been very nice to my fantasy team, so thank you. And obviously, that's the other unique thing here. Depending on when you guys are watching this, we're recording this on a Wednesday, so we have less injury information than normal on some of these games, so we just got to pick with our gut, and we'll see if that's a good sign or a bad sign.
Marvin could be back. We don't know.
Correct.
Could be back.
Right, a lot of injury unknown with this one. Intern Ed is going with Tampa Bay. Joe Bartle is going with Tampa Bay. Dalton Wasserman going with Tampa Bay. I'm going with, again, the Michael Wilsons. They've been good in my fantasy team. I at least owe them a dub, so sure, Arizona, yeah.
Matt, go ahead, Matt.
Thou shalt never bet the Cardinals. Thou shalt never bet the Cardinals. And I'm not betting them today because the Bucs need this game. Tampa Bay needs this game. I know that the Panthers laid down in San Francisco, couldn't get it done. They need to turn it around to Tampa. They're too talented to cough it up against this team. Give me Tampa Bay.
And another factor, warm weather to warm weather, Boy Green. No change in temperature. Arizona can handle it. All right, anyway. All right, Matt said he wouldn't go on Arizona, and he has been a man of his words. Just me and you on the Cardinals this time around, Boy Green. All right, up next, Jacksonville at Tennessee, and the Titans getting 6.5 points at home. Matt, you're giggling, so take it.
I hate this game. Can we blast both these teams into the sun, leave them in the oven a little bit too long with the turkey, and just end it all? Titans getting the points. They've been turning the ball over like crazy in Jacksonville. Can't seem to figure that part of it out. Tennessee does enough to cover here.
Tennessee on the cover despite the fumbles. Boy Green, that was an odd approach there. Yes.
Yeah, we go to the experts. Intern Ed, Jacksonville. Joe Bartle, Jacksonville. Dalton Wasserman, Jacksonville. Manchild?
Jacksonville.
Yeah, I've got Jacksonville on the sheet. Matt, you can have it.
Matt gets a lone wolf on Tennessee. Don't mind that one at all. All right, up next, Rams, Carolina. This one down in Charlotte. And the Panthers, 10.5-point home team underdogs. Obviously, the Rams are rolling. A lot of them now, a lot of the experts out there believe they are the favorite now to win the Super Bowl. We still got plenty of games to go and lots of injuries perhaps to happen. But 10.5 points to the Panthers, who are looking respectable for a bit. Panthers did lose last week, right?
Yeah, the Monday Night Football game, 49ers.
That's right. Yes, against the 49ers, 20-9. All right, so where are you going to go on this one? Boy Green, why don't you start us?
Dalton Wasserman, Rams. Joe Bartle, Rams. Internet, Rams. Matt?
Yeah, the Rams are the best team in football. They're like an avalanche. They find ways to beat you. They steamroll you. They just keep coming at you offensively, defensively. Matthew Stafford looks like the MVP. The Panthers they scored 9 points intercepting Brock Purdy 3 times on Monday night. 9 points off 3 turnovers. That's not going to get it done. LA is a lot better than the Niners. Give me the Rams.
I'll take the Rams as well. Boy Green, did you make your pick?
I did not. And I'll tell you this, Lurch, I never got
right?
the chance to meet your father. I hear he's a wonderful guy.
Mhm.
But I heard one of the things he told you before about home underdogs.
He
and
did.
I get a 10.5-point home underdog. Papa Lurch,
He's
this one's
taking
for
it.
you, buddy. Keep pounding. Oh!
All right, Boy Green on the Lone Wolf on Carolina at home. A nice home team dog. And with 10.5, you don't see that very often. All right, we got to take a quick break, fellas. Entertain our sponsors, Box Drop Mattress and Sofa, and our friends at Play It Again Sports. When we return, Miami, New Orleans. Ooh, that's not so tasty. Or the Jets, Atlanta. Not much more, but we got to pick them because we're picking every single game. All right, we'll be right back right after this.
When you don't want to pay full price for sporting goods, and who does, then there's only one place to go in Syracuse. Play It Again Sports. With both new and gently used gear, Play It Again has prices way less than regular retail stores. Another unique aspect of this awesome sporting goods store is that they will give you money for that quality sports gear collecting dust in your basement, attic, or garage. No appointment necessary, just bring it into the store. Play It Again Sports in the DeWitt Town Center on Erie Boulevard right next to Crunch Fitness. Don't spend more, play it again. PlayItAgainSportsSyracuse.com.
Considering that we sleep nearly one-third of our lives, buying the right mattress is essential. At Box Drop Syracuse Mattress and Sofa Outlet, you'll get a unique experience, one that saves you 30 to 70% off retail prices on top-of-the-line mattresses like Sapphire Sleep. At Box Drop, you'll schedule a mattress fitting appointment and get one-on-one service directly with Paul, the owner. No middleman. Family-owned, huge savings, no-pressure sales designed to save you time and money. And now Box Drop Syracuse has sectional sofas and love seats as well, with prices designed to fit your budget. Box Drop Syracuse Mattress and Sofas. Set up your appointment today at boxdropsyracuse.com. All right, we are back. NFL pick segment on a Wednesday. That's because we have all the Turkey Day games. So we're doing every single game against the spread, our Thanksgiving Spectacular. Gentlemen, let's pick it up right where we left off. All right, it is time to go to Miami, where the Dolphins are favorites. Yes, by 6 points, the surging Miami Dolphins are favorite over the New Orleans Saints. Boy Green, why don't you start this one off?
Yeah, Miami's coming off a bye, so they have a lot going for them clearly here, and Internet agrees. He picks the Dolphins. Joe Bartle, he is taking the Dolphins as well. Dalton Wasserman is taking the Dolphins. A lot of Miami action. Are you a fan of the fish, Matt Lombardo?
I am not. I'm not a fan of the fish. I still think that eventually Mike McDaniel gets fired. If you lose to the Saints, it might happen then. 6 points is a lot of points. That's just too much respect for the Dolphins. Give me New Orleans here.
Likes the Saints. Boy Green, who do you like?
Nolans.
I like New Orleans, too. We're across the board New Orleans, and everyone else on the other side of this one. Interesting. I love the Saints in this game as well. All right, up next, Atlanta against Boy Green's Jets. The Jets back at MetLife and home at a tasty home team underdog here, Boy Green. You get your 2.5 if you want your Jets. Jets taking on Captain Kirk Cousins and Bijan Robinson. How do you like it, Boy Green?
Well, the Jets were on a 2-game winning streak, and I made a bet that I lost, and then they went on a 2-game losing streak, which means we're back up, baby. It's a roller coaster. It goes up and down. I'm taking the Jets, baby. The bounce back strong. Give me NYJ.
All right, what about the experts? What do they got?
Yeah, let's see what the experts say. It's probably more thought put into this than others, but anywho, let's go to them. We'll start off with the Internet. Jets, okay. Joe Bartle, Jets? What the hell? Dalton Wasserman, Falcons.
Matt, what do you think?
I have no reason to buy into the Jets other than I think Kirk Cousins is about as mobile as Lurch over here. And you're getting the points at home, so the hell, give me the Jets.
All right, I'm going to go with Bijan and Atlanta, Boy Green, going on the other side of this one. I don't even have to cover a field goal. I will take the Falcons to get themselves another win. All right, up next, we go to Cleveland, the Browns home team underdogs against the San Francisco 49ers. I took the 49ers last time at home. I told you that was my only rationale, and it worked. They're on the road now. I'll go against them. I'm going to go the other way and take that Shedeur Sanders-led Cleveland team. I like what Miles is doing there, sacking quarterbacks, Mr. Myles Garrett getting it done. I like it all. I like Cleveland at home. It's a home team underdog I could not deny, and I get 5 points. Yes, sir,
No.
I will take it. Boy Green, you taking the 5?
All right.
Give it 4.
Well, I'll answer that question immediately. Eventually, I mean. Internet, Cleveland, Joe Bartle, 49ers, Dalton Wasserman. He's going Cleveland. I don't know. If we look at the recent history, although that's a weird thing to Google, San Francisco-Cleveland history, San Francisco has had some weird problems in Cleveland. And I love that Browns defense. Myles Garrett has 6 games to go, and he's 5 sacks away from the all-time NFL single-season sack record. They're motivated. Give me Cleveland.
What do you think, Matt?
Cleveland might get 2 or 3 sacks, but I just saw Wicked for Good last week. Let's tap our heels together for Shedeur Sanders. He's going to find out he ain't in Vegas anymore. The Niners defense is a little bit better than the Raiders. Give me San Francisco.
Love the Wicked reference. That's what happens when you have kids. You got to get out and see these movies. All right, up next, we go to the 12th man. Seattle at home against Minnesota. Man, J.J. McCarthy is struggling. Man, it's all gone downhill in Minnesota, and Seattle back at home. JSM is clicking on all cylinders, which makes this thing 10.5. Oh, that is a monster spread. Oh, it is hurting my head to even think about it, but I'm going to still give the points and take Seattle. I know they're capable of scoring. Minnesota's not showing me anything. They could get a couple of turnovers here. Maybe that'll flip it. I'm worried about the spread, but I'm still taking the Seahawks at home. Matt, what do you think?
Let me say this loud and clear. J.J. McCarthy is not an NFL quarterback. He might get benched in this game and the Seahawks winning cover.
Okay. BG?
Here comes Brosmer, the Minnesota rookie, making his emphatic debut, perhaps. Yeah, I love J.J. McCarthy pre-draft. I'm not liking him post-draft. Give me Seattle. Let's go to the experts.
Sam Darnold revenge game, too. We haven't even mentioned that
Yeah,
yet.
there you go. I didn't even think about that. I love the revenge game angles, too.
Want to sign me? Let me show you 10.5 points.
Yeah, there you go. Intern Ed, Seattle. Joe Bartle, Seattle. Dalton Wasserman, Seattle.
Okay. So nobody's on Minnesota. Is that an emphatic, right?
That is correct.
All
Yep.
Seattle. We're all willing to lay 10.5. Wow, that tells you what we think about the Minnesota Vikings right now. All right, the Buffalo Bills trying to get back on the right side of victory here. They are on the road to take on the Steelers. That Aaron Rodgers thing, Rodgers is trying to get back. He's got some kind of concocted cast on there. I think he probably will be out there, though I'm no doctor. We shall see. Didn't look all that good with Mason Rudolph last week. But Pittsburgh needs a win. Buffalo needs a win. And you get 3.5 points on a home team dog if you're willing to take the Steelers. Matt, are you willing to invest in the home team dog?
The Steelers stink. I'm just going to say it. I mean, they can't protect the football. They turned it over, 3 times against the Bears? The Bills need this game, right? I don't know how you move forward as an organization if you can't beat the Steelers to stay in the playoff race. Pittsburgh is sinking fast. Bill's trying not to sink. Give me Buffalo.
Oh, Buffalo. Boy Green.
I like the half. I'll take the Steelers on that. They could lose. That's fine with me. Screw Aaron Rodgers. But by half, all right.
Okay.
Just try to
That's the
cover
half
for me.
point on that one. What about
That's
the
all I need.
experts?
Yep. Intern Ed, Buffalo. Joe Bartle, Buffalo. Dalton Wasserman, Pittsburgh.
All right, I'm going to go with Buffalo as well. I think the Bills will get back on it, although always a tough place to play in Pittsburgh, and that half point definitely could be my demise. I know. All right, the Chargers and Vegas and LA at home for this one, and it's ballooned all the way up to 9.5 points. But the Raiders have looked awful bad in recent weeks. Boy Green, let's start with the experts.
Actually, if you guys could just circle through real quick. One slight delay. Go ahead, guys.
Okay, all right, go ahead. Matt, what do you think on this game?
Yeah, the Raiders fired Chip Kelly, which means I think they'll find a way to spring Ashton Genty against the Chargers, but it's not going to be nearly enough. The Raiders stink. They're terrible. Chargers win by at least 10.
Could be the return of Omarion Hampton. We're waiting to hear on that one as well. He could come off. He's available to come off the IR. We'll see if he does, the young rookie. I'm going to go with the Chargers on this one and lay the 9.5. Vegas just has shown nothing defensively. And I mean, some of those plays where guys are just running through the secondary and guys are just looking and standing still, not a good sign that Pete Carroll has this team under wraps. So I'm going to take the Chargers and give the 9.5. PG, back to you.
Yeah, sorry, folks. I had to use one of my lifelines like on a game show. Yeah, that was my first charge time out of the half, so I still got 2 more to use at a different point. Let me see. The Raiders still suck. So I guess I didn't need the timeout after all. Yeah, I'll take the Chargers. Thanks.
Right,
let's go to the
experts.
experts here. Intern Ed, Chargers. Joe Bartle, Chargers. PFF, Chargers.
Okay, we are all in. A lot of people on the Chargers. All right, Denver and Washington, Sunday Night Football, and the Commanders are at home. 6.5-point home team underdogs. We've had a lot of home team dogs this week. Denver trying to keep it rolling. And like I said, 6.5 if you go one way or the other. I just like the way Denver's playing right now. I like the way that defense is playing. There's some waft that Jaden Daniels maybe could get out there. I don't see it. Regardless, we're early in the week. We don't know. I still don't like the Commanders, even if Daniels was out there in this contest. So I'm going to take Denver. Man, how far the Commanders have fallen this year with a couple of injuries. Matt Lombardo, what do you think?
I love Denver's defense, and whether it is Jaden Daniels, and especially if it's Marcus Mariota, I think they just strangled the life out of this team that's waiting for an excuse to roll over and quit. They're going to get it. Denver wins. Pretty easy.
Okay, he's on Denver.
You know, normally you wish a guy to, go break a leg out there. And Jaden Daniels already broke an arm, so he can break any other bone in his body. I'm just not believing in Washington. So sorry, pal. Not happening. Internet, Denver. Joe Bartle, Denver. PFF, Denver. I'm on Denver too. Let's ride.
Well, so that's enough all-on Denver game for us. We've got a couple of all-ons today. Interesting. And a final game, gentlemen, Monday Night Football. My Giants on the road against the New England Patriots. And the Patriots are certainly looking good, leading the AFC East, looking like they're going to run it to a title again. That week schedule certainly helping them as the Bills got to tee it up in another difficult game this weekend. Jackson Dart could be back in the lineup. Looks like he might be back in the lineup. And even if he's not, I got Jameis Winston. And the Giants have been very competitive. 7.5 points. Give me the G-Men on the road. I think the Giants might surprise here and actually win this worthless game, which kind of scares me, but I've just got a feeling. But I love the 7.5, and I love my Giants. And Boy Green is making faces. Why are you making faces? Go ahead.
Well, Lurch, where was your belief in the Giants last week? I lone wolfed the Giants and picked them and believed in them. You're Giants. To be honest, I have this Giants circle, but your belief in the Giants makes me disbelieve my initial belief in the Giants to begin with, because you've been wrong on the Giants all season long. But while I pontificate on if any of what I just said made sense, intern Ed, Giants, Joe Bartle, Patriots, Dalton Wasserman, Patriots, despite my better instinct saying I should go opposite of Manchild, George Costanza full oppo on this one to Manchild, I will still go with the G-Men.
Going with the G-Men. Matt, you get the last pick.
Yeah, I love the Patriots. I love what they're doing. I think that Trevion Henderson is a huge missing piece for them. Drake May making the leap. I think they're going to run away with the division because I don't believe in the Bills. The Giants are chaos agents. They almost beat the Packers at home. They almost beat the Detroit Lions till Jahmyr Gibbs said, I'm just going to end this thing. They're chaos agents. They're going to cover the 7 here.
We are agents of chaos, and I love it. All right, so you're taking the Giants after all that. Giants. I
am.
Chaos of agents of chaos. That makes sense.
Okay. Yeah. All right, gentlemen. Everybody, happy Thanksgiving. Matt, thank you, and Thanksgiving wishes to your family, Boy Green up there in the New Hampshire estate. Happy Thanksgiving to you, and of course, all of you who are watching our pick segment. Don't forget, get on Instagram right now and make those picks right below in the link. All right, and do it right away. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at MC Show Digital. For Matt Lombardo, for Boy Green, and for myself, the Man Child, I say so long and happy Thanksgiving, everybody. We'll check in with you again next week.